Comey's sickest secret is out and now 4 Marines are dead. You won't believe who helped murder them. Back in July 2015, devout Muslim Mohammad Youssef Abdulazeez carried out an order for Allah where he shot up 2 military recruiting offices in Chattanooga, Tennessee, that left 4 U.S. Marines and 1 sailor dead. His motives for the mass shooting were abundantly clear, as he kept a journal about his thoughts on Islam and was radicalized in the months leading up to the terror attack. Now brand new information is emerging about the sickening thing that Barack Obama and FBI Director James Comey did to cover up the murder, in a disgusting act of collusion that will make you absolutely livid. Leading up to the mass shooting, Abdulazeez traveled to Jordan and lived there for 7 months, where it's believed that he became radicalized and began formulating his plot to kill off members of our military. Following the attack, U.S. authorities immediately began to look into the Muslim killer's travels to the Middle East, and also began investigating Abdulazeez's online blog, where just 2 days before the mass shooting, he made a post sharing his radical thoughts about Islam. The day after the shooting, Obama's FBI Director James Comey was placed in charge of the case, where he was supposed to get to the bottom of the shooter's motive. But in the next 5 months of Comey's investigation, not only would he never get to the bottom of the motive of the shooter, but Abdulazeez's online blog within that time would mysteriously be removed from the internet. In December, Comey publicly stated that he and the FBI still had no idea what motivated Abdulazeez to kill our servicemen, thoroughly whitewashing the case of all mention of Islam for Obama, the collusion that Obama no doubt wanted.WSMV reported. The public may never know what motivated a 24-year-old Chattanooga man to kill 4 Marines and a sailor in an attack on Chattanooga's U.S. Naval and Marine Reserve Center last July. Investigators have said Mohammad Youssef Abdulazeez was a homegrown violent extremist but have not offered more details about what motivated the attack that began at a military recruiting center and ended when Abdulazeez was shot to death by police who followed him to the reserve center. We're still trying to make sure we understand Abdulazeez, his motivations and associations, in a really good way, FBI Director James Comey told reporters during a visit to Nashville's FBI field office on Friday. Comey said he understands the public interest in the shooting, but he did not know whether there would ever be a public report on it. Sometimes the way we investigate requires us to keep information secret. That's a good thing. We don't want to smear people, he said. It's completely sickening that because of the Islam pandering narrative of Obama, the FBI will never come clean about what was in Abdulazeez's online blog or why he traveled overseas leading up to the massacre, thoroughly scoring another win for radical Muslims as yet another incident of their barbaric religion has now been swept under the rug. But whitewashing the actions of his kin was a pattern that Barack Hussein Obama displayed throughout his time as president. Remember when he referred to the Fort Hood massacre as workplace violence? Thank God we finally have this post-domestic terrorist out of our White House. Obama not only did everything he could to downplay Islam whenever a terror attack would occur, but he did everything he could to get our military men and women killed, changing our rules of engagement, to make it impossible for our soldiers and Marines to defend themselves on the battlefield. Several months ago, a highly decorated Air Force officer by the name of Captain Joni Marquez came forward with a disturbing story about the deadly attack that took place on our Navy SEALs back in 2011, where Obama's top generals refused to let our Navy SEALs fire at the enemy during a mission that inevitably led to the deaths of 38 of our warriors in Extortion 17. Obama then helped orchestrate the massive cover-up with this incident also, as our military's role was purposely changed to keep Muslim terrorists alive. Be sure to share this story and help expose this massive cover-up. We will not let the deaths of Carson A. Holmquist, Randall Smith, Thomas J. Sullivan, Squire K. Skip Wells, and David A. Wyatt be swept under the rug any longer by Obama and his team of Islam-pandering morons. We all know that Mohammad Youssef Abdulazeez was a Muslim terrorist who went on a killing rampage in the name of Allah, and we will never accept the explanation of Obama and Comey's that there was no motive discovered for this brutal and savage massacre.